page you're looking at on your screen is the last page that we have not yet covered. It is called Technical Assistance for Applicants. And this is a description of all the different forms of technical assistance that we provide. Okay, so it's really important that you take advantage of these different options and these different services available to you. You're currently in step one, which is the application workshop process. But the thing I want to emphasize is you have access to our competitive review project officers throughout the process. So again, you can send emails as often as you would like. They are here to help you. That they look forward to helping you. We had a question a few minutes ago about can the project officer help us determine if we are eligible? The answer is absolutely. They can determine if you're an eligible applicant, if you have an eligible project site, if you have an eligible project scope. Those are all things they can help you with. So please ask your questions when you run into any questions throughout the process. The next thing here is we can also assist you with incomplete application documents. So that is all the checklist items that we just covered, except for the project selection criteria. To ensure we have we maintain the integrity of the competitive process, we're not going to tell you how to write your project selection criteria, other than just making sure you follow the guidance that's provided in the scoring rubrics we covered, as well as the technical assistance section in the guidelines for the project selection criteria. And we'll show you again the lessons learned from round 3 document. We'll pull that up in a few minutes on your screen and go through that again for you, which provides some great tips based on lessons learned from round 3 applications. Okay, if the grant's not awarded, you can receive strengths and weaknesses at the end. If you've applied for round 3 and you're thinking of applying for the same project site and you have not yet received feedback, you can always contact your project officer to schedule a phone call to get feedback based on your round 3 application. And finally, if a grant's awarded, you will be part of a grants administration workshop with our OGAL's grants administration team. So that's also another form of service that's available. If you have questions about the grant administration process, like grants payments, please review the grant administration guide, which is also available on the statewide park program website. So Sam, if you could please show a few recap documents to get you off to the next good start here, everyone. The first document is the competitive chart. Okay, so this is for those of you that came late, and for those of you that were here as when we started the meeting. This will look familiar. This competitive chart is one of the documents listed on our website under technical assistance. It is your cheat sheet. So please make a note that the competitive chart is your cheat sheet. Use this to make sure you're on track. Again, the first 5 items are the foundation of your project to make sure you have an eligible applicant. You're aware the program is competitive, funding is not guaranteed. You can request anywhere from $200,000 to $8.5 million. You must either own the site or are proposing an acquisition, or you will have a 30-year lease agreement or a turnkey agreement that meet the site control requirements. So we have a page reference in the chart where more information is available. Make sure your site is both eligible and as competitive as possible following the Fact Finder handbook on our website. Use the Fact Finder handbook and make sure you follow those rules. And if you have any park acreage updates, please send those to us as soon as possible so we can ensure the updates are included. And again, as Natalie mentioned, that also includes park acreage additions. So if you don't report park acres that are in the half-mile radius, we will also review the entire half-mile radius and we'll add those. So it is to your advantage to ensure they are added now, and then you can select where you would place your starting point of the half-mile radius in your project site after the park acreage has been added or removed. So make sure you follow the steps in the Fact Finder handbook to report any acreage additions or removals as soon as possible. Again, we encourage you to use that tool to scan your entire jurisdiction for the best possible project area. And keep in mind, this is a park program, so you will either create a new park, expand an existing park, or renovate, and that's under criteria number 3. Okay, the next document is the best practices document. I'm sorry, Sam. I meant the lessons learned from round 3. Okay, so the lessons learned from round 3 is a great checklist for you to use before you finalize your application. Our team during round 3 kept track of some of the trends they saw in about 10, maybe 20% of the applications. So this covers where some folks overlooked certain requirements. Sam, if you go to the project selection criteria section, I really encourage you to, as you all start working on your criteria response, make sure you review this lessons learned document, and make sure that your response is complete. We've called out some of the areas that were incomplete in the criteria response here. So this really calls out a few things that were most commonly overlooked from round 3. So we're really happy to make this new resource available for you. Okay. The final document to recap and get you off to the next step is the timeline. And the timeline is also on our website. You see it on your screen here. Again, July 1st is the start of the grant performance period. And we are excited that $395.3 million is available this round. So take advantage of it. It's the final round under Prop 68 for this program. It's also the most funding that's ever been available for this program in one round. Make sure your application is uploaded in our new system by or before December 14th. The key here is December 14th is not the only date to submit your application. It is the final date. So you can submit your application as early as you feel comfortable. We can start reviewing documents as early as sometime in mid to late August. There's no extra bonus points for submitting early, but it does allow us to start providing feedback on everything except for the project selection criteria. So feel free to start submitting documents as early as mid to late August. We do encourage you to start working on your application now to ensure you can meet that December 14th deadline and make sure your project is well planned. Okay, so keep in mind you want to design your project for a scope that can be complete by March of 2025 or earlier. If you cannot do that, please scale your project down to a phase that will be complete on time, or look for a different project site. The last point I want to leave you with, and then we'll give it then Cedric's up, and then we will open it up for questions. The last key point here is, again, take advantage of our team being available and looking forward to helping you. Don't be shy. We really want to help you. Thank you very much and good luck.